Hi, welcome to this interesting discussion today. And it's early in the year, and one of the things that many of us have done is that we have set out plans, set out goals, and many of us have actually made resolutions. But the question is, by the end of the year 2023, what will you have managed to achieve? And it's therefore important for us to ask ourselves, have I taken time to plan for my year 2023? And I'm going to want us to have a discussion around goal setting. Why? They say you cannot achieve anything unless you know that you want to achieve it. There has to be a deliberate move, a call, a drive to achieve something, so that then you can actually move and drive towards achieving that which you want to achieve. So saying you cannot get lost if you do not know where you are going. And again, if you don't know where you are going, you could already be there. And again, if you don't know where you are going, you will never get there. And if you don't know where you're going, then any road would most probably lead you there. So it's important for us to ask ourselves this evening, have I actually set my goals for the year 2023? And I want us to look at a few goals that will be important for us to set at the beginning of the year. So I want you to take some time and ask yourself and deliberate and think through, have you set goals in these areas? This is just a guideline. This is just an overview, which will then prompt you to actually go out and take action, that you actually set up goals in this specific area. The first goal area that I want you to look at is your spiritual goals. What is your current standing spiritually? Are you in a good relationship with the higher being that you believe in God for that matter? What are your goals spiritually? Probably you want to be more prayerful this year. You want to fast more this year. You want to read the Bible more this year. So it is important that you actually set those specific goals. You probably want to do an outreach. You probably have a call to ministry. You then need to know what is this that you will do for yourself spiritually and how will you get there. So spiritual goals becomes important because it's important for you to be well grounded spiritually, because it is on the basis of your spiritual growth that all other growth actually happens. And at the moment I'm reading an interesting book called How People Grow, and it talks about spirituality being at the core of your growth even in other areas. The second aspect that you have to ask yourself, whether you have set goals or rather that you have to set goals, is your personal development goals. Personal development goals basically aligns or talks about what do you want to achieve, how do you want to grow, how do you want to develop yourself, how do you want to grow your muscle, how do you want to grow your capability, how do you want to grow your ability to handle life. So personal development is actually investing, going out in you. What do you want to do? Do you want to read more books this year? Do you want to take a certain course that just empowers you as a person? Probably a pure course on personal development that would look at probably things like understanding your what do you call it, your temperaments, understanding the kind of person you are, being a better version of you, or boosting the best version of you. So it is important that you set personal development goals. This is that which you are developing for yourself. You just want to become a better person at your own capability, at your own strength, at your own area of gifting. So that is number 2. Number 3 is, have you set out proper financial goals? What do you want to achieve financially this year? What do you want to sit up back at the end of the year 2023 and say, this was a good year. I set out to achieve a certain level of income. If probably you are earning 30,000 shillings a month, have you set a goal to grow that income to 50,000, to 100,000, 200,000? If you're earning 500,000, have you set a goal to earn an extra 200,000 within this year? And subsequently, what do you need to do for you to be able to earn that much more extra amount of money? So that is number 3 of the key goals that you have to set this year. Number 4 is relationship goals. You have to be clear about the kind of relationships that you want to build this year. Of course, number 1 is your relationship with God, which was handled at the place of your spiritual growth. The next is the relationship around, if you're married, with your spouse. That is a very, very important relationship in your life, because it also forms the foundation of, after your spiritual relationship, your relationship with your spouse also largely influences or informs even how you base or build other relationships, how well or how badly you do in terms of other relationships. If you're married, you know the day you're having a bad morning with your spouse, of course it trickles down to work, and people will know it. I'm sure it's not 1 or 2 times that you've actually been in the office and said, that guy, the way he's coming, they have quarrels with the wife, or that lady, the way she came in, they must have had quarrels with the wife, with the husband. So it is important that you set goals. What do you want to achieve? What is that one thing that you did not work very well in your relationship in the year 2022? Is it probably you needed to work better on communication? Is it probably you needed to work better on your intimacy? Is it probably you needed to work better on your financial management with your spouse? Is it probably that you even needed to communicate your goals better as a couple? Because that is one of the conflict areas that you'll find. If you are not synced as a goal as in a relationship, then you will struggle. And of course, your relationship with your children and your relationship with your friends and your family, that becomes very, very important. So you must set that goal very clearly. The 5th goal that you need to set up is actually your career goals. What goal have you set to achieve in your career this year? Probably you want to achieve a next level of growth. You want to grow either vertically or horizontally in your career, depends on you. Have you actually defined what you want to achieve? You probably want a promotion from a supervisor to a manager, from a salesperson to a team leader, from being what did I say? From probably just being a receptionist to an admin person in the office. So you have to set out those goals in terms of your career. The 6th thing that you need to set a goal on is your lifestyle. What kind of a lifestyle do you intend to live this year? You must up your lifestyle as time goes on. That's how you learn that you're growing. That's how you know that you're making more money. The more money you make, of course, do not fall into the lifestyle creep, but just better some aspect of your lifestyle. Probably eat better, probably dress a little bit better. Don't overdo it, but improve your lifestyle. You could often change that estate. If you're making more money, you feel it's time to change your car. It's a good thing, of course, because you want to also enjoy life. Life is for the living, as we say. The other thing that you need to work on is your academic goals. If you are in school, if you are progressing your career, and one of the things that you need to achieve is to actually go back to school and do something, what are your academic goals this year? What do you want to study? What course do you want to take? Is it that you now need to go back and do your master's, do your PhD, do a professional paper, do a certification? That becomes important for you to actually define that I want to actually do this year. Number 8 is business goals. Have you set the goals that your business want to achieve? And when I'm called to talk to mentor, train business people, I always say it's unfortunate that very many business people do not set goals for their business. Yani your business just flows. You let your business run like a river. As long as it's flowing, it's flowing. As long as I'm making money, I'm opening my business in the morning, or I have proper online presence, my business is growing. It's okay. You need to set a goal. What level of growth do you want to anticipate for your business this year? Do you want to make more sales? And if you want to make more sales and grow your revenues, what's the percentage of growth that you anticipate? That is in terms of revenue and sales. Probably your capacity, you probably are a manufacturer, you've been producing so much, you want to extend how much business, how much production you can be able to produce probably in an hour or each and every day or every week. Based on how you do your production, you must be able to have a defined goal. Do you want your business to be able now to handle its own expenses? Many times, if you are an entrepreneur who's just started off, you could actually be in a position where you're still funding a major bill or a major aspect of your business expenses. So are you deliberate about having set those goals for the business that will actually move you to the next level? The next and probably last thing, I don't know whether we had talked about this. No, we have not talked about this. Number 9 is the goal around your physical fitness, your fitness and your health goals. Have you set up goals about your health, about your fitness? Probably you wanted to shed some weight. Probably you've been struggling with a certain aspect of health. Probably you've probably been having a condition that has not gone. Have you set up that as a goal that I want to bring this to an end? Probably you know a remedy that you can use. Probably you know something that you can do to bring down or to end that situation or that illness or that condition. And this year then you have to purpose. I have seen people, for example, who have had conditions like arthritis or diabetes, and through taking, for example, food supplements, they have been able to actually get off conventional medicine and actually enjoy a better lifestyle, enjoy better health. Probably you know some of the conditions that you could be suffering from. You are not feeling so confident about yourself because probably you feel you are a little bit overweight or you are underweight. Have you set that as a goal to actually gain some weight or lose some weight? You know, have you set out to go to the gym? If you feel you need to build your muscles in one way or the other, have you set that as a goal based on what you want to achieve? Something that will make you feel better. So what's the purpose of setting a goal? Is the purpose of setting a goal actually is that it then sets you up at the beginning of the year to have a very definite roadmap or route map. When you see in aviation, before a plane takes off, a plane has a definite route that it follows. So for you, have you created the route for yourself this year? Do you know what route plan you're following? Do you know how you're going to do this year? What you're going to do? How you're going to do it? And subsequently, what results you expect to achieve by the end of the year? So that by the time 2023 is coming to an end, by the time this season of this year is coming to an end, then you will tap yourself on the back and say, that was well done. I set goals and I exceeded them, or I did not exceed. Then you can actually be able to take stock so that you do not then repeat the same mistake you did in the year 2022 into the year 2023. Kwaheri.